Hi guys, my name is Sophia. I am the assistant barn manager at Strongwater Farm, and today I'm going to be showing you how we feed our grain, what we feed, and what it looks like when we make it. So up here we have our grain board. It just tells you what feed they get and the AM and PM supplements, because everything is different AM and PM wise. This is all the grain and supplements that we feed. Up here we have some more supplements. This is Anne, she's just watching as I do it. And then this is our supplement little shelf thing. It's usually not this messy in here, it's just because we're recording. We try to keep our grain room super clean because we don't want anything getting in here. So let's get started. I'm just going to show you guys what we feed first. So we have Sentinel LS, which is a performance horse feed. It's extruded, so it's easier for the horses to eat. It's more digestible and it's bigger, so it makes them feel fuller. We feed Purina Outlast, which is a gastric supplement. We feed Hay Stretcher, which is just pelleted hay. We have Nutrena Safe Choice. This is better for, we have a metabolic horse here, so we feed this. We have Triple Crown Senior, and we have a baby horse here, so he's on this to get that extra fat. And then we have our miniature horse feed, along with a little bag of Purina Outlast in there, because they get their own supplied to us. So I'm going to first start with, let's see, Miss Pikaia. So this is Pikaia's PM. So PM is when everyone gets their, some of them get supplements, or some of them get their medications, most of them don't. It's usually in the morning. So they all get fed flax. So we have some flaxseed over here, ground up flaxseed. Pikaia gets, let's see, Pikaia gets half a cup of Safe Choice. She also gets a cup of Outlast. And then she gets a scoop of flax. So all of this stuff depends on their weight, how much work they're in, and stuff like that. So she only gets half a cup of Safe Choice just because she's more prone to gaining weight. So we really want to keep an eye on her. And obviously, you know, feeding less grain is better for horses. We're actually looking into switching them to a forage-based diet. That way we can kind of get them off of some of this stuff, but they really don't eat a lot of grain to begin with. So she gets her cup of Outlast, which is based off her weight, and then flaxseed. Some horses get more, some get less. It's just to help their feet. So you cannot overfeed flax. So we try to give them more than less. Then we have Mr. Enzo PM, and Enzo gets half a cup of LS. He also gets a cup and a half of Outlast. And then Enzo gets 2 scoops of flax, just because his feet are a little iffy. He could use more. And then this is our drying rack over here. This is where we keep all of our grain buckets so they can dry off properly. Then we have Mr. Puma, and Puma gets a 4th quart of LS. He gets a cup and a half of Outlast. And then he only gets 1 scoop of flax. And we usually, sometimes, it depends who's making it. I like to swish my grain up, but before we feed, we always just mix everything together. Sorry if that was loud. We have Texas PM grain. He gets 2 quarts of Senior. We're actually about to switch him off of Senior, so he's only going to be on this for a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a handful of LS to start getting his stomach ready to be able to eat that. Tex also gets 2.5 quarts of Hay Stretcher. So Tex is our barn manager's horse, and he's an off-the-track thoroughbred. So, and he's also very young, so he is on the thinner side because he burns so much calories. So that's why he gets so much of this compared to our other horses. They don't. He's gonna get another half. And then he is going to get some more supplements. So you can see up there, Tex PM, he gets a pump of Gut X. So Gut X is by 100X Equine, and they have a couple supplements. We used to have everyone on this, but we have 16 horses, so they would go really quickly. So we just have Tex on it right now, just to help his gut out and try to avoid ulcers and stuff. We also have Osteomax, which is a soft tissue support and bone support supplement that we have a couple of our older horses on. So not everyone gets this stuff. And then we'll come over here. I'm gonna place this down. Tex also gets his little cup. This is just easier. Tex and Cream get a lot of added supplements that would just take a little bit longer if we had to do it outside of putting it in a cup. So Tex has rice bran in here to help keep him fat. He has his flaxseed. He has salt in here, and then he has biotin to help his hooves. So I'm just gonna add his PM, and he gets the same supplement for AM and PM. And then I'm gonna put it over here. And then that is all he gets for his PM grain. So it's a little bit more than other horses, but he needs it. We try to give them what they need. And then we have Mr. King. There's a spider in there. King is our big Percheron horse. He's also probably 31 by now, so he needs a little bit extra grain versus our other ones, just due to helping him keep that weight as he gets older. So he gets 1.5 quarts of LS. And then he gets a 1/4 quart of hay stretcher. And then for PM, he gets a 1.5 cups of Outlast. And then King gets mineral oil. So the reason we feed mineral oil is because it helps lubricate their gut. And King is very prone to colicking, so we want to keep everything in there lubricated and flowing properly. So he's the only one besides our minis, because our mini just recently had an impaction colic, so we started putting her on mineral oil as well, just to help avoid that whole situation. So that is actually missed one thing. 2 things. Talking and videoing at the same time, you forget. So he gets a scoop, orange scoop of flax. And then we just switched him from his front shoes to barefoot, which he might need his front shoes back on just because he's so big and lazy that he's chipping away at his fronts. So we have him on some biotin. The only other one that's on biotin is Tex. Tex gets that in his supplement thing. So we'll just throw that in there. And King gets this AM and PM. All right, I'm gonna show you guys our minis grain. Minis are obviously more prone to gaining weight just because they're not getting as much exercise as larger horses are. We try to keep our minis very exercised, so they're actually both trained to lunge. So we do that. We also let them free lunge, and we just try to keep them moving all the time. So for their PM, we actually just switched them off their grain. This is their grain, just so you can see. It's just a Purina miniature horse and pony grain, so it has all the minerals and everything in there that they need. So for their PM, we switched them to a cup of Replenimash. So this is Purina Replenimash, and it has very important stuff that they need in the summer. We're just a little wary about making sure that they have everything they need in the summer. Amber's prone to colicking, so we try to keep up with that and prevent it. Mash has, if you can see, it has some like bran and stuff in there, and that's just all the things that they need to keep them hydrated. There's salt in there. There's a bunch of other minerals that are in there for them. So they each get a cup each. And like I said earlier in the video, we have the minis on mineral oil as well. And this is just to keep everything lubricated and prevent any type of colicking. And then PM, I do their pinch of flax as well. And that is the minis PM grain.